And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. There's a counter shot. Misses with the straight left. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
Punch, counter punch. Nice counter. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Those counter punches have to hurt. Well done with that counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Martinez in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in. Here we go for round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. Rhodes did not take that punch well, and he may go down. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Counter punch. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. They exchange punches. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Missing with the hook. How about that time counter shot? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Neither one of these fighters can take a round off. It is that. There's the bell to start round three. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down?
We're supposed to be the pros, Tom. I have no idea how this is going. But their approach to this next round, look at it. Confident as though they're fresh as a daisy.
A perfect counter lands. Well done with that counter shot. There's a counter shot. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
And he scores with the counter. A perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
So much firepower here. Nice counter shot. Tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. Good counter punch. One punch could change everything in this battle. A perfect counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Here we go to the fourth round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Beautiful counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Punch, counter punch. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Whoa, wait a minute. Ryan Rhodes just got walloped. And right back. Whoa, wait a minute. It's code red time for Ryan Rhodes. Disaster averted.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won. On to the fifth we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's all offense all the time. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a puller right there? Ryan Rhodes did not take that punch well, and he may go down. It appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they going to do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They block the hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win. Here's the bell to start round 6. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. A perfect counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Catch and shoot. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, well, we'll just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
And he scores with the counter. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Martinez in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close. There's the bell to start round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. Punch, counter punch. Swing and a miss with the hook. Perfect counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Rhodes just got walloped. The Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Going to need a knockout. Round 8, and we're off again. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
They both want the knockout. A perfect counter shot. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Missing with the left uppercut. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter shot. And he misses with that straight left. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamourweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights are...
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Martinez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see more jabs. Good counter punching. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter shot. His jab just got blocked. Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Rhodes just got walloped. Martinez in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, we've made it to round 10. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He scores with the counter. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Both men step back for just a moment. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down. Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Rhodes did not take that punch well, and he may go down. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. It's code red time for Rhodes. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. I promise you, all three. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Nice job by him to block that jab. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Catch and shoot. Perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Which fighter will say no mas? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. On to the 12th. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Good counter punching. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He parries that right jab away. Good counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Has to be careful for that receipt. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That's it, a unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened, a unanimous decision.